Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Happy Saturday. I hope everyone is doing well. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the likes already. Whoever's giving me all those likes, squirrel. Y'all already being generous with these likes, honey. I hope you don't get carpal tunnel or arthritis, hunty. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you all. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Anwar White. People call me Coach Anwar, and I am a dating coach for Black and brown women. So, what I generally do when I'm on here is I'm here to answer some questions. If you have anything that's on your mind as it pertains to love, dating, relationships, men or women, and yeah, we'll get the party started. Yeah. So, put your questions in the chat. I will read them in the order that I see them. If I don't get to your question, it's probably because I answered it already or I don't want to answer it. And guess what, girl? I'm grown, so I get to do what I want to do. Yeah? Good. Okay, let me see what the girls are talking about already. Hello, Ixtay. Hello, Draken. Hello, Ada or Aida. Hello, Cherry. She said, hello from the UK. I know that's right, girl. Cheerio. Hello, Isa, I think it is, or Lissa. Pop Culture Troll says, what do you think is an appropriate age gap, older women and younger men? Well, you know what's really interesting? The relationships that are working for many of my clients are ones where the guy is 3 to 6 years younger than them. I don't know what it is. These old guys are just not coming with it. They're just like less emotionally available. And the youngins are coming with the heat, the meat, the heart, and they want to serve, honey. And guess what? We got to let them. So I always say -5 years, +10 years in terms of age range, in like how you want to date. But girl, if there's a guy that's 8 years younger than you and he's stable, go for it, girl. Get your life, honey. Ixday says, going on a date today, was wondering about who pays the check. Girl, we don't pay checks. We don't pay bills. I don't even know what you're talking about, girl. We don't do anything. Don't even go for that fakeroo, girl. This is what I tell my clients to do. I just go, get your nails done, show the nails and say, thank you so much for this. Thank you for paying. Thank you for taking care of it. He should have asked you out. If he asked you out, he should pay. Girl, the fact that you're asking me this lets me know that we have to sit the hell back, yeah? And allow these men to show up for us, because ultimately that's what they want to do, girl. Who pays for the check, girl? Him. He. Whatever the other gender pronouns are, girl. Him, his, he. All of that. Yeah? Cindy said, not a question, but love joining your lives. Girl, I'm glad that you're here. We like to have a good old time. Talk our shit, honey. Where the girls can spill tea, honey. Yeah. Fill in your own blanks. I love that. It says, how can I make the switch from dating men to women? Girl, 2 clicks on a dating app. Go to gender you're interested in and click female, girl. Straight up. You know what the gag is? The gag is there's not much difference. Here's what I know. It's going to be really important for you to understand just like what your energy is, and that has nothing to do with gender. Like, you see me, girl, you would never know it, girl, because my voice is like a valley girl and my mannerisms are femme, 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 femme. But girl, I'm in my masculine energy. I am type A. I am a doer. I am strategy. In my same sex relationship, I'm in my masculine. So what you've got to figure out is, are you more in your femme or in your masculine? And find the yin to your yang. Yeah? Because relationships are about complements. They're not about clones. So you've just got to figure out, are you in your mask or are you more in your femme? And based on that, find women that are the complement of whatever energy that you're about. Okay? Gianna says, hi. Hi, girl. Felicity said, I love your videos. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Extra EB says, love your advice and videos. Thank you. Of course. Draken said, cheerio. Girl, that's my UK language. Nina Parker says, hello. Hello, girl. Angeline said, oop, that's all I needed to hear. Dr. Megan says, good morning. Good morning, girl. Drea says, hi, Amber. What does it mean if a guy hasn't contacted you in a month and then suddenly calls? Not a damn thing. It doesn't mean a damn thing. Don't take his call. That's all I got to say. Don't take his call. Because here's what I know, girl. Your future husband, if you choose to get married, some of us don't, would never do that. That's not what the love story is. Yeah? If he hasn't contacted you in a month, that means that he didn't care about you. You're not the one. Unless, because here's the thing. If there was an emergency, death in the family, he would have messaged you and said, hey, I'm going through a lot. I just had a death in the family. Because he would trust you enough and love you enough to let you be of support to him. That means he's not ready. He's not ready for a relationship, and he doesn't like you or love you. And I don't mean to be harsh, but I want to keep it real with you because so many of us can like romanticize our love lives. No, girl, this isn't the rom-com that you've been waiting for. This isn't the Hallmark movie that you might want, girl. He's calling you because he's bored, because he's horny, and because he needs emotional support and potentially, an ego boost. Okay, let me see. Oh my God, y'all are talking ish already. Girl, I'm already late to the game. I'm late to my own party, honey. Okay, let me hurry up. Brandy said, you are not lying. I tried not to, girl. Karina says, OMG, you were totally right about nerdy, lanky guys loving plus-size girls. He treats me like a queen, as he should. Now, girl, it's Christmas time, and you know what that means. You better get him that gift card to GameStop, honey. That's what he's loving. Brandy, thank you so much for the rose. Pop Culture Troll said, thank you. You're welcome, girl. Angeline said, as Uncle Steve told Kiki, a man with a plan. Mm-hmm. Doll said, hot and ready like Little Caesars. I know that's right, girl. Drea said, I assumed that he's not interested, and then he got bored, and so he called. 100%. Jazzy said, I need some serious advice. Can I schedule a call with you? Only try to book a consultation call with me if you want to work with me professionally. I love, this is why I come on lives, because if you have questions, put them here, girl. I don't have the time to have free one-on-ones with anybody that just needs dating advice. Yeah. I am interested in helping my clients, if you want to work with me professionally, get their guy. And actually, I had 2 women in my program get their guy this week. And generally, it's anywhere from 1 to 3 every week. Yeah. So if you want to work with me professionally, definitely apply to book a consultation call. The link is in the bio. But otherwise, girl, ask your questions here and I'll try to get to them as quickly as possible. Renita said, who pays? Not us. D. Brown said, why do a male set the bar high and don't show up? Because they're not ready. Our job's not to figure out the why. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Girl, who cares about what men do and why they do it? I care about how you feel. And that's what you should be caring about too. And if it doesn't feel good, we just step away. Coco said, where can I meet men in public? Girl, they're everywhere, unfortunately. Everywhere. Girl, first of all, live your life and go to the places that you absolutely love. That's first and foremost. You never want to be that girl that's just like going to places to meet men. That's super thirsty, and guys can like sniff that out because guys are actually quite intuitive as well. So like some of these girls will be, going up and down the halls of Home Depot. Like, girl, get your life. Like, it's messy. Don't do that. Don't be that girl. Do you like to work out? Go to the gym. Do you like to volunteer? Do that. Do you like to do intramural sports or book clubs or hiking clubs? Girl, do that. And whatever you do, whenever you're out, TT1G. Talk to one guy every time you're out. If you do this for 3 months, you will find a guy. The gag is most of the girls don't talk to men. So you stay cute and mute, and that leaves baby in the corner with no guy. So you got to be talking to people. Yeah. Kennedy said, dating a guy for a month, pulls back because he said his brother got deathly ill. What should I do? Give him time and space. Say, I totally get that. I totally understand. Wishing you and yours, lots of love and support during this tough time, and give him the space that he needs. Mia said, I just want a white man. That's it. Girl, get him. It's white boy winter up in here. I literally called it 2 to 3 weeks ago, and now all these white boys talking about it's white boy winter. Oh, girl, I was about to backhand these white boys, girl. But girl, get you one. They're everywhere, unfortunately. Antoinette said, have you made a video about Kiki? No, I haven't. Because if you've been on these lives with me for a couple of months, I have spoken on this. It was never meant to be. He was not at her level. So he is going to try to humble her in whatever way he can to empower himself, which unfortunately meant probably emotional and physical abuse. As someone who has had a front row seat into relationships with that my female family members have had, already knew it. And no shade, but so many times this is definitely like, there's something about these light-skinned boys. I think I need to make a video about that more so than the Kiki situation. I pray for her. I live for her. So my focus is just on her. I'm not here to try to sensationalize it or, put more cooks in the fire. Like, no, but she doesn't need like analysis of her situation. She needs love and support, and even from a distance, just like positive energy for her and her baby. And that's what I want to give to her. I don't want to do a video about that situation. I will talk about it on these lives, but I'm not going to make a video about it. I want the best for her. Karina said, I haven't had to lift a finger or pay a penny. He does all without me asking. That's why I tell the girls, get you a nerd, honey. Get you a nerd. They're probably working in IT, honey. Got some money, got some coins. Here's what they're going to do. They're going to get you right. Make sure you're good, girl. Once you're good, then they're going to go and play their games, girl. Autumn Love said, hey, first time here. Hey, girl, good to see you. Renita said, the only time your wallet should be pulled out, girls, is if you're single. Kind of. Like, girl, like, let everybody pay for you, even when you are single. Like, here's what I know. For so many of my clients who are like the responsible girl, the older sister, the counselor, the mentor, the sage, like, oftentimes what happens is that we will use our money and our time and our expertise and give, and we're not getting anything in return, and then we turn out like super resentful. Allow people to pay for you, show up for you, and do things for you. Everyone on this live, if you're hearing me right now, I need you to ask somebody for help this week. That's your homework, okay? Mona said, you have such a beautiful smile. Thank you so much, girl. Gianna says, a guy asked me if I can allow him to pay this time, which of course then said you pay next time. You just let him know. Well, that's not something that I'm super comfortable doing, but if that is the sort of relationship that you're interested in, thank you so much for letting me know that, and I want to wish you the best of luck. Yeah. Julia said, we're in a femininity or white woman privilege era. Yes, honey. Most definitely. Share the knowledge said, amazing advice. Thank you, girl. John said, I'm mid-size and I get more matches on Tinder than Bumble. Mm-hmm. When this white father let his little kids run down the street and then they fell, honey. No comment. Doreen says, Anwar, I'm back on these apps and I'm determined not to be a start and stop girly. I know that's right, girl. You got to start how you finish, girl. Get that marathon pace. Sometimes the girls go hard with these apps and they're on them all day, every day. Don't be that girl. Here's what I want y'all to do. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. That's it. Like when you're eating breakfast, do a little bit. When you're eating dinner or you're watching a little bit of TV, do that. Don't do more than that. You'll burn out. Jula, thank you so much for the heart me. Fill in your blank said thank you. You're welcome, girl. Lewis said daddy. Well, I am a father of 3, but I think you're trying to give the other daddy, which that's closed for business for the past 15 years, girl. Michelle said, hey from Amsterdam, Netherlands. I know that's right, girl. The gag is, and you probably know this, girl, Amsterdam doesn't really give to the black girls like it needs to. You need to go to Rotterdam, girl. Get you one of them Rotterdam bros. Fashion designer said, getting ready to go to a museum in TT1G. I know that's right, girl. You better TT3G, honey. And 5G if you're with the future, honey. Talk to 5 guys, girl. The reason I always say 5 guys, girl, because when you're at a museum, half of them are going to be gay, girl. So you're going to have to talk to 5 guys to talk to 2 straight ones. Let me see. Mariposa Bella said, I made him do an activity I like. Should I have him pay for dinner to make it a wash? No. Why do we feel guilty about having the things that we want? You get to have everything you want. Honey, I'm over this. Y'all are doing tit for tat, this equality thing. There's no equality in relationships. It's just you. There's no MLKing in these relationships, girls. Yeah? Girl, it's you. That's it. And like the quicker that you can get to that place, the quicker you will find an amazing man that's going to be a provider for you and be in an amazing relationship. Eddie said, hi from Ireland. Hey, girl. Ish Kadish said, going on a second date with a white boy for the first time today. Girl, I'm so proud of you. Super sweet, and we text every day. Girl, I hope you name this biracial baby after me in 18 months. I'm kidding, girl. Just get your life and have fun. Morning, just me. Jenny said, I'm a huge introvert. Apps have been horrible. Any tips? Well, my question is, what does your introversion have to do with these apps? Because actually, introverted individuals have a better time engaging in the apps than they do in offline in real life. Ish Kadish said, any advice on how to navigate differences in humor and culture? I think you really just want to be yourself. Here's the thing. I think that sometimes when you're with, and this is so important because a big question, I've had so many conversations about white boys in my like groups because they've had really great guys, but they're like, my clients are like kind of hesitant about like getting with them. So in my private Facebook group, I just said, girl, what's the tea with these white boys and why are we hesitant? And many of them were like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to connect with them. And do you know what I say to them? I say, girl, just be you. And like, they're just going to have to catch up. And if they don't get the joke about your nappy kitchen, no shade, then they're just going to have to ask the question and get on board, honey. Yeah. Or whatever it may be. Someone had spoken about Kiki. Kiki is like her full authentic self. She doesn't whitewash it for anybody. And girl, the whites love her for that. And so I just want you to do that for guys that you're, dating. Black, white, anything in between, girl. And thank y'all so much for the 7,000 likes. I appreciate it. If there's anything that's resonating with you that I've said that has helped you, definitely double tap, triple tap the screen. Alrighty? And if you are interested in learning more about what I do, definitely click the link in my bio. I have free trainings. I have, you can book a consultation call with me if you want to work with me. There's a link to my podcast, all of that. Pretty girl, pretty black girl girly says, I asked to talk to TikToker on a DM, but he hasn't responded, but he didn't see it. What should I do? Girl, nothing. Move on. Get out of these people's DMs, girl. Have these people pursue you. Stop pursuing these men. Girl, just leave a comment. And if he responds, great, on one of his videos, but don't be in his DMs. Latrice said, hello, my favorite dating coach on social media. I love you. Love you too, girl. Edits said, hey, girl. Hey, girl. Ambrosia, thank you so much for the, I think it was a heart, girl. Lost my place. Tally said, what to do with a passive guy in his life when I am a very ambitious girl? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. The reason why so many of my clients are in my program is because they're an ambitious girl, and that masculine energy only attracts feminine energy. And what happens is you might be in a relationship with him for 6 months or even a year, but you're going to get tired of the fact that you have to do everything and he doesn't do anything for himself. It's not going to work. What you're going to need to do is you're going to have to create the space to see how he makes things happen for himself. Does he just talk and complain about things, or does he do things? If he doesn't do things, you're going to have to move on. Because if you just stay with him, it's like will be a single mother. Jazzy JJ said, I wasn't asking for anything free. I just need one session. Sorry if my comment wasn't clear. Oh no, girl, I wasn't coming for you. We're all family here. Like, I would just put your question here and I can answer it here. That's what I meant more than anything else. Yeah. So if I came off as flippant, not my intention. Apologize for that. Flatiron said, if you tell a man to never contact you again out of anger, will he still try to contact you out of love? That's some rom-com stuff. Yeah. If he is a man of integrity, he won't contact you again and he'll respect your boundaries. But if you don't want to do that, if you don't want him to not contact you, you're going to have to control yourself when you are angry. Dami said, can you take a bi man serious? I couldn't, but there are some girls that can. That's a personal choice. Monica said, y'all, who's Kiki? Kiki Palmer. Keith says, this guy says he wants to talk to me but never makes time. I'm gracious, but I also don't want I think it says time wasted. If he's not making it happen within a week, let him go. Rashonda said, is he flirting if he says always playfully teasing you? He's never made a pass, but always jonesing. Probably. But when he does that, you need to call it out and say, it feels like you're flirting with me, sir. And you need to stop. And you say it playfully, so we can put the elephant on the table. I think that's okay to say. Nicole said, you need to make a video about these light-skinned guys. I think I do, girl. Jazz said, I know you... Honey, there was a man right next to this car, honey. Didn't know if he wanted to try to... Jess said, I know you may have spoken on this, but how do you feel about Tyler Perry's statement? Yeah, I did a video about this. Miss Perry is Rongo Dongo, as my mother would say. Troy said, please make a video about colorism and dating. Okay. Monica said, I started Bumble yesterday. Are we paying for it? So here's what I generally say. Be on the apps for about 2 to 3 weeks before you make that decision. Because oftentimes what will happen is, like, because you're the new girl at school, you'll get a lot of hits, but sometimes it'll like dry up on the second week. And then you're pissed because you paid for 6 months on something that like only had a week of runway. Yeah. Latrice said, yes, Amor will always be dead on point. You certainly called the Kiki situation a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Flatiron said she could have had any man in the world. Here's the thing about being successful and smart and black. What you will do is, because there are a lot of people in your community that might not be at your level, and I'm not shading our community, love them, to feel like you are part of the community, you will often minimize yourself to be a part of the tribe instead of just finding a new one. You're tribal beings. Cherry said, how to get the most out of someone cheating 1.5 years in a relationship, or do you recommend cutting them off? Cutting them off? What do you mean getting the most out of them, girl? You don't want to have anything from them, girl. You don't know what they're bringing back to the relationship. Louise said, you have to do a post on long distance relationships. I promise you that I will this week. Michelle says, what is with light skinned boys? So much, girl. So much, especially if their mother is white. Joy said, and thank you for saying that. That's exactly what she needs. Mm-hmm. Travel with Kathy said, my dad's a nerd and my mom has been a princess for 35 years. Girl, when I tell you, this might be some of the best advice. Not, girl, okay, don't listen to me. I'm a mess. Here's what I know. Go for the nerd, girl. Y'all are trying to get the varsity quarterbacks still, as if we're still in high school, girl, and that shit is lame because they peaked in high school. Yeah? And they still think that they're shit, and they're literally living a mediocre life. But because they have personality and they might be a little bit hot, you think that it's like a status symbol to be with these guys. They don't make great husbands. They oftentimes make great wives. So, get with the nerd, girl. Get with that guy that was in your honors or AP class. Kaylee said, Amor, how's your day going? Girl, it's good. I'm just here. My daughter is in gymnastics, so I generally come on live here while I wait for her. They called you to action in your car this morning. I just come on here, girl, talk to y'all. And thank y'all so much for the almost 11,000 likes. Other one to you said, is it worth paying for Christian Mingle premium? No, girl. Christian Mingle is what I call Christian single. You will stay single if you're a black woman on Christian Mingle. No shade. Kishia said, I love catching your lives. I love that you're here. Thank you so much. Other one to use. Or should I get a professional matchmaker? No, girl. You should just, join my program. Professional matchmaker for black women are not the way to go. Please trust me. Please trust me. So many of my clients will come to me because they tried a professional matchmaker. And some of my clients have professional matchmakers. And the way that I'm teaching my clients how to date, the dates that come from this program are so significantly better, higher quality than what these matchmakers are giving you. Yeah? One of my clients went on a matchmaker date last week, and she had to walk out of it within 15 to 20 minutes. And in my program, she's talking to and dating 3 to 4 guys. Nicole said, I don't know how to ask for help. Okay, let me teach you. Okay, this is what you say. You have someone in front of you, and you say, can you help me? 4 words, girl. 4 words. Yeah, I'm playing around. Here's the thing. Start with somebody that you trust, that you feel safe with, and go further and further out. What I know is that you're going to need to learn how to ask for help because your future husband is going to want to help you with absolutely everything. And if you don't know how to ask for help, he won't feel like he is of value to you, and he will find a woman that he feels good around that he can do things for. So you're going to need to learn to ask for help. You can play Miss Independent, but Miss Independent is Miss Overwhelmed, Miss Burnt Out, Miss Stressed. So you can be that girl, or you can be the girl that doesn't have a care in the world, doesn't drive anywhere, doesn't hold any bags, doesn't use her hands for anything that's of manual labor. It's up to you. Steph said, a man asked me for $40 for dinner last week. I sent him on his way. Girl, what in the Venmo is that? That scares me, and I'm glad that you sent him on his way. Karma said, asking about a man cheating, the answer is always to leave. 100%. And the reason is because, guess what? He could not cheat again, but the gag is a man that cheats feels so low about himself. Like on a scale from 0 to 10, he's at a 1 or a 2. A man that is at a 9 or a 10, I will tell you right now, he's not watching porn. He is not cheating. He is so focused on the people in his life and his money and his job. He didn't have time for that shit. And he feels good about himself. And when he feels good about himself, he's able to give to you. Daisy said, what does it mean when a man says he is definitely interested and then next minute he goes to you? It means he's a liar. It means he's not ready. Kukata said, I know you have videos on this, but what are the best apps? I literally just made a 5-minute video and graded each of the major apps, girl. CC Susie Homemaker said, you're so precious. Love your videos. Thank you. Nin Leader said, I have recommended your pages and content to every Black woman I know. Thank you so much for all. Thank you all so much for doing that. I hear that every day, and it makes me so happy because literally I'm just a suburban mother of 3 doing the best that I can for God and my country and trying to help Black and brown women along the way find the love that they deserve. So the fact that like people are like sharing my content, it like really does amaze me because like I'm not doing this to like be famous. I don't want to be famous. I don't. So I'm always gagged like when I'm walking down the street when I come to the US and like people like want to take pictures of me. Like my kids gag on that. But I'm not really here to be like famous. I'm just here to spill tea, girl, and hopefully help as many women as possible get their guys. Poor girls. Cindy said, do you offer services for college students as well or only working girlies? Well, my programs are quite expensive, so oftentimes college students don't have the like resources for that. But I would definitely suggest that you like definitely come to the lives, listen to the podcast. But like college students, girl, we want to be. Here's what I know. If you're a college student, I want you to stay in school. Don't be a fool. But also lean into dating a variety of different guys. Like sometimes the Black girls will come to college and feel like, oh my God, there's so many like well-educated Black guys here. Girl, date all of them, girl. Go to the engineering building, girl. Get you a smart white guy, a smart Asian guy, Indian guy, you know. Date them all, girl. Go to the humanities building, get you a poet, sweetie. Go to the business building, girl, get you an accountant, honey. Go to the architecture building, not the art girl, architecture building, and get you an architect, girl. Don't go to the musical arts area, girl. Girl, don't go to the gym, girl. Don't go with the athletes. The other thing that I will say for the college girls, study abroad, girl. And if you can, do it twice. Go to Europe, girl. It'll be a game changer. When I was in undergrad, I went to Germany, got fluent in German, had 5 boyfriends at the same time, and I realized my worth in this love game that like, oh, I really like my shit is tight. It's just like America can't gag on it, and that's America's fault. That's not my fault. And sometimes we need that reminder, and I think like doing it during college is like such a reset. It's such a reset to like go to a place like Germany or Netherlands or Italy and like realize how much attention you're getting and you probably never got that attention and be like, oh wow. So I'm not the problem. What did Beyonce say? America's got a problem? Yeah, because it's not checking for us. Pretty black girls and boys. So do that, girl. That's what I have to say for the college girls. Karina said, your advice is top tier. Thanks so much for helping me with daring. Girl, anytime. Michelle said, really? I study in Rotterdam. Good girl. Hey, Nat. Hey, from Canada. You know I'm in Canada too, girl. Lauren said he asked for my number on a date, then unmatched me on Bumble the next day. I should move on? Yes. Sometimes the guys do it because it's like, okay, she's on one area, so I don't need her here. They're trying to compartmentalize. But most of the time it's because they're not into it. Hayes Hawk, thank you so much for the love you. Hello, Belcar. User 852, hello from Atlanta, Georgia. Steph said, LOL, no MLK in these relationships. 100%. Leanne said, your video on dating as a plus-size person helped me so much. Awesome. Steph said, you are getting me together. I know that's right. Belle said, is it possible to date a man in another continent? I mean, it is if you want to be on 90 Day Fiancé. What continent, girl? Antarctica? Girl, please don't take anything that I say seriously that is, like, not about dating. If I'm just acting a fool and just being flippant, girl, don't listen to me. I just talk a lot of shit. Don't take it seriously. Jen said, questions to ask on the first dinner date. I never give my clients, like, I give them like a list of 160 questions that they can use and be inspired by, but I don't want you coming to a date with questions. It's too canned, it's too programmed, and it's not authentic. Have topics that you may want to talk about that you're really interested in or passionate about, like topics that maybe you've talked to your best friend about that week, but don't come with questions. I think people think that, oh my God, if I just ask the certain questions, I'll be able to figure out if this guy is good or not. Girl, these guys can just answer any question, however is going to satisfy you so that they can sleep with you. Just like you have canned responses to, like, in your interviews for a new job, like, why do you have that gap? Well, because right? Like, don't think that these questions on these dates are going to save you, because they're not. It is about the actions, and it's about the consistency and dependability over the first 2 months. That's what you're looking for. Karina said, I feel like I cracked the code. The guy needs to like you a little more than you like them. He needs to like you more than you like him, because he needs to do more for you than you do for him. Jen said, the guys that I attract are always emotionally unavailable in different ways. Here's what I want to offer to you. And you know we're all family here, so this is no shade, this is no judgment. You are attracting emotionally unavailable men because you are emotionally unavailable. And you are attracting them because two things. One, either your parents were emotionally unavailable, and if you're a black person, then you probably are emotionally unavailable. And two, these guys will be attracted to you because you don't require them to actually be vulnerable because you're not being vulnerable. So your job is actually to be vulnerable and to become emotionally available, and then you will actually repel these guys. That mama said, hi love, what to do if you're new to the game and don't want anything serious? Girl, get on Tinder, girl. Because that is the most unserious app I've seen in my lifetime. Kyra said, Anwar, good morning. I'm so excited to catch you on live this morning. Thank you for being here, girl. Michelle said, any tips for a moderately successful professional trans woman dating in Dallas? Well, girl, here's the thing. And this is the case for, and it sounds weird, but it's been my experience as a dating coach for 13 years. And also, y'all, I need to figure out, when it is 12:15 Eastern, can you let me know? Because I cannot be late for my daughter. Let me just see what time it is really quickly. Here's what I will say for trans women. It sounds weird, but it's been my experience that also, this is the case for, like, curvier women and darker skinned women. These guys will try to hide you. Okay, I have a ton of time. These guys will try to keep you in the shadows, girl, right? So the gag is that he needs to take you out publicly. And he needs to give you PDA publicly. Hold hands, hug, kiss, all of that. You do not hang out with him. Don't go to the movies with him. Don't go to some random restaurant that's darkly lit. Go to dinner at a mall and then walk around the mall with him. That is a good evaluator about whether he is like wants to show you off or if he wants to hide you. And for a lot of trans women, they want to hide you because they want to hide themselves. Okay? All right, Keisha, thank you so much for the rose, girl. Macine said, how do you not become the one to carry the convo with the man? If he doesn't ask you a question on an app, don't respond. Yeah? Accessible Beauty said, good morning, you have perfect lips, respectfully. That's not respectful, girl. That's disrespectful, and I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable on my own live now. Honey, these lips got me a lot of different places, and that's what my husband said. So if you want to get married to me, girl, you on the right track. Cozy said, can you please give advice for black teenagers trying to date? I love your videos, by the way. Girl, I guess, girl, but girl, your picture looks like a white girl. Are you a mother of black teenagers? I'm confused. The advice for black teenagers trying to date, stay in school. Simone said, I started dating white men, and the next few months I got a raise, a bonus, and paid off my credit card. Girl, shut up. Shut it right now. Then Leader said, the right white boy will always get on board and fast. He wants to know all about you. 100%. Is texting on Insta desperate? Yeah, stop messaging with guys on social media. Take it to text immediately. If you stay on social media with him, then you're just part of the entertainment. You're part of his feed. You're not a real human. Jerry said, Anwar, how dramatic should I be ending a relationship after cheating? He was a provider. Not dramatic at all. Your silence and your calmness will be the biggest gag of the century, girl. Yocheved said, Amar, what happens when you have a great date? What to do next? Nothing. You wait for him to show up. You wait for him to follow up. You wait for him to reach out. And you wait for him to plan the date. John Deere Classic said, can't confirm. He's apparently a white guy. We love Kiki. There you go. Chell said, I didn't know you had a podcast. I'm going to check it out. Please do. It's called the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast. I think it's like top 50 in the US for relationship podcasts, which is really interesting because I only post or publish once every 2 weeks. So yeah, it is. If you want the real deal Holyfield girl, get on. Get on. Oh my God, I lost my place. If you're interested in learning how to work with me, definitely book a consultation call. The link is in my bio for that, and we can see if it's a good fit or not. I think I signed up 3 or 4 new women in my program yesterday. You want to get into my program now if you want to get into my program. Don't wait until January thinking oh, new year, new me, new love. No, girl, you want to learn my strategies and everything so that when January comes, because the first 3 weeks of dating is called the Super Bowl of dating. And you want to make sure that you have the skills and you know how to work it. So you want to get into my programs now so that you can learn my strategy and be a master at it by December or by January 1st. Nikkei Dance 06 says, athlete dating advice. Don't do it. That's it. That's the advice. Felicity said, my best friend has so much good luck with Indian men. They love her. She's in the Bay Area. Indian men love Black women. And they love assertive Black women. So if you're an assertive Black woman, they love that because their moms are really assertive. Gigi said, was it easy for you to find the one? No. I had to find myself first. And then I had to open my heart. It was completely closed off. Nobody, not even my friends, knew who the hell I was. So I had to find myself, learn myself, and then I had to start to share it with other people. And then I had to make a conscious decision that I was ready for a partner. And that took a good 2 years of work. Now we in my program, we condensed that to 6 months of hard work so that you can get it. And 85 to 90% of my VIP clients get their guy in my program. So it's pretty cool. B said, I'm in Europe now studying abroad for law school, but they don't approach me in person, only on apps. Where are you in Europe, girl? Because I only mentioned a number of certain countries. Raven said, what does it mean if everything was going well and then he starts acting weird before a date? He's just showing his real self, girl. Trust the weird. Step away. Portia said, I have a date with a guy who hasn't asked what I do for a living. Is that a red flag? No, he doesn't care. He's just trying to get to know you, girl. Argentina said, I'm meeting better quality men. I'm dating an Arab professor. Okay. Girl, sometimes I don't know if it's Arab or Middle Eastern, girl. So I'm always gagged. You can get canceled by breathing the wrong way these days. How do I get the ring in 2024? Well, I don't know where you're at in your relationship, girl. So I can't answer that for you. Melia said, I'm 32 and divorcing, but I've been with him since I'm 22. Now I'm attracted to 22-year-old men. You're attracted to 22-year-old men because you are a 32-year-old woman still in a 22-year-old little girl's body. No shade. So part of your work is you're going to have to grow up emotionally, probably, more than anything else. Have your fun, girl. Be that girl that just got out of college and needs to explore herself and her sexuality and all of that. However long that takes you, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. And then let's Let's get on our business, girl. Nearly said, what province are you in? I live in Montreal, Canada. Nin Leader said, how do I make my dating profile more feminine to attract masculine? It's not about attracting masculine. It's about being yourself and just being feminine. It's about leaning into the feelings, patience. These are like the tenets of feminine energy. Nadiri said, yes, all my friends who met their sweethearts in college got married. None of them hot boys. Girl, the hot boys peak. Crystal said, my company is sending me to a tech conference. How do I snag a nerd? Girl, okay, I'm going to do a video about this because the gag is that most of the people in the tech conference are not going to be black. So so if white guys are having a conversation with you that is longer than 2 minutes, you have to take it as flirting. And you gotta connect, you gotta exchange numbers at the end. Because he may or may not do it. It's like a 50-50 chance. The Asian guys, you're gonna have to say hi to them. They won't say hi to you. That is East Asian and South Asian. So Indian and Chinese and Korean and Japanese. Yeah? So, don't be afraid to start conversations with them. Yeah? Most of these guys will probably be way into you, but will not approach you. So you are going to have to look at their feet. Not because we are only talking to guys that have a size 13 or greater, but because if they're pointing toward you, it means that they're into you. Body language 101, girl. Yeah? Belita, thank you so much for the rose, girl. Yawi Sammy said, advice for a 31-year-old black woman dating in Seattle. Girl, Seattle, Austin, San Francisco, some of the only cities, I think Denver as well, where the male population is more than the female population. Girl, get on Bumble and get you a techie. Rising Rooted said, I'm new here. I'm 48, and it feels like the older I get, the more younger men flirt with me. Yes, girl. And girl, let it happen. So many of these mature women are like not even giving these guys the time of day. Girl, get into it. Justice said, advice on being the only single gal in a friend group. Girl, you got to get some single girls to go out with. They won't understand, and then they'll give you shitty advice, and they'll make you feel shitty. And you never want to be the 3rd, 5th, 7th, or 9th person out. That feels really shitty. You need to find at least 2 or 3 new single girlfriends. Go to a speed dating event and find some girlfriends. Not like the speed dating events are good to find single girlfriends to go out with, better than to find an actual guy. Oh my God, thank you all so much for the 23,000 likes. Appreciate it. Millie said he has 4 kids and 3 mothers to his children. Is that bad? It's not bad. It's life. You've got to figure out if you want to involve yourself with that or not. Latrice, thank you so much for the cat paws. Angeline said, I mistakenly paid for drinks after he paid for dinner on our second date. How can I walk that back? Amnesia, girl. Just forget about it and move on. You're going to let him plan the next date, because when he plans it, he's going to feel more apt to pay on it. Kristen said, how do you feel about coffee for a first Bumble date? I recommend coffee dates first and foremost. Ariana said, how do you become emotionally available? Get into my program, girl. Queen Navis said, I met a guy on Tinder and we have been speaking for 3 months. We haven't met yet, but I like him. No, he doesn't like you. You're a pen pal. If you're talking to a guy for more than a week on an app, let him go. He's not serious. Chell said, my therapist likes your content. You know, I hear that all the time. Oh my God, my therapist, let me know about you. Or a lot of therapists are like, yeah, I share your content with all of my clients. I appreciate that. Oh my God, this car is so close to my car. Thank you all for giving me the time. Melissa said, do you think it is okay being with a man who's still building? Well, let me ask you this. If you paid for a house that was still being built and you wanted to live in it, would you? Meaning it has no windows, no doors, and no roof. Would you still want to move in all your stuff and live there? I think not. We are getting with men that are built, not building. Yeah. And so many of us think that that's okay because we saw our Black mothers doing that. So we think that's what you're supposed to do to be a good woman and a good wife. And not in 2023. Maybe in the 70s, 80s, during the recession, during the crack epidemic, girl. Not now. Girl, we have 5G and Chat GPT. We have the internet. The fact that these men are not making it, that's a problem. That's a problem. Moving Love, thank you so much for the 10 roses. Board says, do you have sessions for people in a relationship? I have a relationship program so my clients get into relationships, roughly 85 to 90% of them in my VIP program. And then after that, they automatically are enrolled into my relationship program. So we help with relationship conflict, healing inner child wounds, boundaries, things like that. Melita, thank you so much for the rose and the finger heart and the lightning bolt and the enjoy music and the GG and the ice cream cone. Girl. And the chili. Stop giving me things. It's too much. You're giving too much, girl. You're in your masculine energy. All up on TikTok, girl. Justice said, I really appreciate that hiding advice. I'm a dark-skinned woman. I'm most definitely felt hidden at times. Cordy said, do you get a lot of women hitting on you? Yes, girl. Lesbians. Nairasha, thank you so much for the rose. Gigi said, I never dated outside my race. Advice on how do you overcome that? Just start talking with them online first and foremost to realize that they're not aliens. They're real people. And also that white men are not a monolith. You got some really cool white dudes out here, girl. Yeah? Not all of them are lame McLame. Malia said, just spamming you with gifts because you give the tea. Thank you, girl. Nairasha, thank you for the rose. Nairasha said, love your videos. Thank you, girl. Why don't white men like light-skinned black women? Girl, that is the true tea. White guys are not checking for light-skinned black women. I'm not 100% sure about that yet. I'm going to have to research it. I don't know everything, but what I don't know, I do research and I do try to figure it out. So I'm going to talk to some white guys and figure it out. Even though I really don't want to talk to them. But yes, I'm going to figure it out. Board said, what is considered a broke man? Broke is like also, it's like not even like a number. It's a mentality. Because here's the thing. I went to like boarding school and things like that with like the richest of the rich, but like their mentality was broke. They didn't have a growth mindset. They didn't want to invest in themselves or others to get ahead, right? Or the traditional sense, they don't have money to even invest. So broke is like multidimensional in its definition. Arisha said, is being pretty a gift or a curse? As someone who knows so much about this, I will let you know that it is most definitely a curse. You will get like, for the girls that are like a 10, dating and oftentimes a lot of other things are much more difficult. Here's the thing. When you're like sometimes the girls think that, oh my God, if I was just hotter, my dating life would be that much better. No, girl. It's really hard to date when you're gorge. Gorge, gorge, gorge. Think of like Tyra Banks and Naomi Campbell. Personalities aside. Because you're so beautiful, 98% of the guys out there will not approach you, will not talk to you. The 2% that do, half of them are crazy. And the other 1% are guys that are just interested in like trophy wife. Lydia, thank you so much for the rose. User 141. Should I have the what are we talk? No. When you have that talk, you're giving him the power to establish what you all are. You need to tell him where you're at and see if he's down with that. And if he's not, you got to let him go. Brittany said, do you kiss after the first date? Probably sounds stupid, but I want to. Girl, do it. Your intimacy levels are going to be based on personal preference and based on your own comfort levels. There are some girls that I know in my program won't kiss until date 3 or date 4. Me, I'm a kissing hoe. So I was kissing boys in the clubs before the date. I was definitely kissing after date 1. If I can't kiss you, I can't miss you. Sarah said, I live in Denmark and it's hard to date here as a black woman when my type isn't here. What's your type, girl? Terry, thank you so much for the rose. Oh my gosh. I'm so behind, y'all. Please be patient with me. Traveling to Curious, thank you so much for the love you. Karina said, how do I kindly tell a man that his breath smells bad? Don't kindly tell him. Just tell him. Hey, I really want to kiss you, but I've noticed that your breath is kicking like Bruce Lee. No, that sometimes like there's an odor to your breath and it doesn't make me want to get close to you. Vivi said, what are therapists doing here? Just like doctors are the worst patients, sometimes therapists... Here's what I know. 2/3 of my clients are in nurturing careers. So doctors, teachers, nurses, therapists, social workers, HR, DEI, flight attendants, hairdressers. And it's because you're always giving. So that will translate into your romantic relationships. So like therapists, their job is just to hold space for you. Ask you questions. You will realize in a therapist relationship, there is no space for them. They can't speak about how they feel, right? They can't actually like have people hold space for them. And so that will translate into their romantic relationships, and they'll oftentimes be very imbalanced. That's why therapists oftentimes will need help in this area, just like everyone else. Azteca, thank you so much for the love you. Moving in love, thank you so much for the 3-finger hearts. Tiger said, thank you so much for giving us so much game. Girl, of course. Please understand that this is like, girl, scratching the surface. If you come into my program, 50x this. Tiger, thank you so much for the heart me. Nancy, thank you so much for the mustache. Traveling Too Curious, thank you so much for the love you. Elle said, and why I need your help falling for someone you haven't met in person yet. Bad. Not bad, but I think I'm never here to judge. I'm always here to get curious about like, well, why is that? Yeah. Here's what I know. If I always tell people like, you only know about 3% of a guy every week that you know him. So if you've only known a guy for a week or two, you only know like, let's say 3 to 6% of him. You get to like that percentage, understanding that there's still 90% that you don't know. And I say that just to ground you, girl. Latrice, thank you so much for the passion rose. Moving in loves it. You're so welcome. Your content is helping me so much approaching this dating world. Awesome. I love to hear it. Impresco said, what if he's perfect but not enough money yet? Then he's not perfect. He might not be ready, and that's okay. When he gets ready, and let's rock and roll. Kimberly Pruitt, thank you so much for the ice cream cone. Sometimes I'm like going through these comments and y'all are cracking up, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what were they cracking up about? What the hell did I say? Oh, I understand. Yes, honey. Y'all were cracking up when I said that lesbians are really into me because I'm a woman, honey. A lady. Heart said, you're the reason why I haven't gave up on dating because I'm this close. You really are, girl. Y'all are so close, you don't even know it yet. Tiger said, I'm ready for white boy winter. Girl, I am too. You see this winter jacket, girl? You see this hat? You see these gloves, girl? The real gag is if you really want a white man, girl, just go outside with some shorts on. Because that's how they do it, girl. I say it all the time. It's true. They will talk to you because they'll think, oh, she's one of us. Honey. It's like coming in peace, honey. Tindy and Moon said, I just want to say I love you, and when I get married, you are invited. Girl, I better be. I better be the ring bearer, girl. Lisa said, as a dark-skinned black woman, I only feel hidden by black men, no others. But I like who likes me. Yes, honey, I know that's right. Nish said, you said something about Indians liking black women, but are their families accepting? Case-by-case basis, girl. I will tell you this, though. South Asian and Indian families, much more accepting than the Chinese or the Koreans, girl. I will tell you that. Yeah. It's kind of like a 50-50 split. But the Koreans, the Chinese, you can give that 80-20 rule, girl. 80% of them, they're not going to be feeling it. Not until you have those beautiful babies, honey. Then they'll tolerate you. Here's the thing, though. Don't be worried about their families, girl. If he knows how to protect you, that's all that matters. Because he will protect you from his family. So you have to be evaluating that. Mahogany said, my friend who is a white guy said it's because she's talking about light-skinned women look like white women with dark hair. Oh, they said, not the white women with dark hair. Natalia said, there are plenty of white men that like light-skinned women. Look at Meghan Markle. Mm-hmm. Amora said, being too pretty is almost like being too rich. 100%. Although, there's nothing wrong with being too rich, honey. Ash said the last thing I wanted to hear. Girl, I just tried to tell the tea. Diva from God, thank you so much for the rose. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? The guys who try to get with very pretty girls cannot take the fact that they're going to get attention everywhere they go. Everywhere. And they get insecure and they get jealous and they won't be able to handle it. So yes, that's probably why y'all are single now. Hotties. Kai said, God knew to make me average because these men would be done. My street smarts combined with the looks, baby. Yeah, girl. I always tell people like I would never want to be a 10 girl. Girl, keep me at a 7 or an 8, girl. Yeah, you're good. Katrina said, where are you? It's cold. Girl, I'm in Montreal, Canada, girl. 30 degrees. Honey Winter said, fuck the white boy, girl. Get your jacket on. Rainy, thank you so much for the love you. Azteca said, honestly, trophy wife life is kind of nice. Except for the fact that they will not engage you when you're a trophy wife. You are only there to be looked at. You will not have conversations with them. They will barely be at home. And you will be a single mother. It's a very lonely existence. DMV Diva said, are you asking any dating classes soon? I think you meant, am I creating any dating classes soon? I just have my programs. My programs are longer in length, anywhere from 6 to 12 months, because it takes a little bit of time to make tremendous transformations. %. Nadiri said, guys that feel like you're out of their league will leave you before you leave them. And will also, if you are like, will use you as a status symbol and like drain you, right? And like leave you in a worse position, and they've taken things from you to elevate their own position. Jen said, maybe my type is the problem. How do I change my type? By dating a variety of different people and seeing who treats you the best.